Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I have a really cool video for you guys. Not something that I normally get to do, or probably won't get to do for a really long time, but I'm going to be going to Montreal soon. When I post it, I will have already gone, and my boss in the coin shop had all these Canadian dollar bills and coins for me to go exchange up in Canada, but since we're a coin shop, we might have a couple better coins thrown in. So I thought that I'd take the time to sift through the bills and the coins for anything special, anything silver, or even just out of the ordinary. And I don't know too much about Canadian money, so it'll be a fun way for me to learn a little bit more and show you guys and share with that along the way. We definitely have some older currency, so I thought that we would start with that, and I'll be right back, but I'm going to start with the currency, and then we'll go coin by coin through the Canadian stuff, see if there isn't anything we can pick up at face value. So let's just get right into it. We could find some cool things, serial number wise, a birthday note, all that stuff applies that you might not think about. And maybe I'll start. I don't think that there's anything too old on the $20 bill side, but some of the stuff probably is kind of out of circulation, or at least nearing the end of its capabilities in circulation. Here's an older note, though. Very cool. $10 Bank of Canada, and it's 1954, in pretty good condition, so maybe I'll try to snag that. I think that would be a fun addition to any collection. The other cool thing is that I have a couple of prints by George Hunter, whose photography made their way onto the back of some of these notes. Here's a 1971, bit of a different design as well, as you can see. And maybe this is interesting to people who live in Canada as well. I don't really know exactly what's normal and what's not. I doubt that you'd see too much of this stuff in your circulating currency, though, even if you are living in Canada. Some more kind of older notes. And, I'm paying attention to those serial numbers. If there's anything cool, probably going to try to take it out. But, a couple more 1971 stuff. Very interesting. Moving on here, we've got some of the older notes as well, older designs for the $5 bill in Canada, and then here's some of the newer stuff. This is probably not going to be quite as interesting, though I will probably sift through these numbers. I always like this note a lot. It's got the people playing hockey. What's this? This is probably the newer stuff. Maybe not 1986. I'm not exactly sure. But that's that. I think that this is what George Hunter did, the person whose prints I own. Very cool note. It's a nice design. So that's that for. But here's an older $2 note, 1954. Maybe I'll pull that aside as well. It's not in great condition, but it's fun to see kind of the older. This is probably not a silver certificate, but probably the equivalent essentially in Canada's currency. Here's a little more. I wish that the serial numbers were on the front. This is slightly older as well, 1974. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these all at the back. This is a little newer. And then I'll try to look through them at the end. Here we've got two more pieces of older currency, definitely older stuff here. So that's fun. But if you're a Canadian watching this video, I'd love for you to tell me if this stuff is really common in the comments, or if you guys, are somewhat intrigued by this. Now that marks the end of those, so we'll just go through the backs. I have yet to make any really interesting number finds on American currency or really anything. Not that I do it too much, but that'd be fun to get something cool from Canada, a birthday note or something. Here is an older $1 bill, and then we're probably going to get a lot of these $1 bills. I'll try to zip through them, but I guess people could enjoy. I think that this stuff is interesting. I may actually end up putting this section at the back of the video and try to dive right into the coins. Maybe I'll put it right in the middle. You never know how that'll end up. But that's a cool note. You got a lot of ones. It's technically a trinary, 1187711, but not cool enough to warrant, being taken out or anything like that. These are a couple consecutives. I think there's just two of them, but 434, 1118, and 19. Yep. Here's something fun, a little older, 1954. And here's one that's kind of cool, 4s, 9s, and 0s. If that had been like 400, 4004, then that would have been a radar, and it would have been a fun find. But I really like going through that's something, I'm kind of a numbers guy myself, so it's extra fun for me. Here's another slightly older one, and this is something that I was noticing before, and we've got two of them, but two relatively old Canadian notes. It says 1937 on them, so that's pre-World War II, and this is somewhat of a cool serial number. All even numbers, I think that those are fun if you get one of the all evens or something. Here's 8334, so a little bit of repeating action. And I think with having only 7, you can get some more interesting combos. I feel like there's a lot of notes where I'm just one off from a really cool serial number. I think that I have one that's like 13131713 or something along those lines. And so that was a little bit, disappointing not to have gotten that, 4, repeating 4 in a row. Now let's see, we've got a couple more older notes, and maybe it won't end up being worth it for me to pluck these out, but I feel that they're pretty cool, on their own, so can't hurt if I can pick them up at face value or, the conversion rate. That would probably end up working out well here. That could be a birthday note, but it's not really true. 1989-039, so if you were March 9th, but I don't think that I'll save that. I do have a couple cool birthday notes, and when I accumulate enough of them, maybe I'll make their own video. I'd be super happy if I could end up actually landing one of them with somebody whose birthday it truly is. Probably wouldn't charge them more than shipping. This one's super beat up, but, it's seen a lot of use, I'm sure. And, yeah, maybe I will end up not taking out all these older $1 bills. I don't know if it's even worth kind of the time dealing with it, but still fun to go through these, look for what the serial numbers, anything interesting. Nothing crazy too far, but all you need to do is find one of the really early numbers, and you could have yourself a pretty penny. There's 600077, I think, and a couple closing notes. Nothing crazy, and as you can see, there's tons of coins to go through, and it probably would be too boring for me to go through them all at once, so I think I'm gonna go through and then edit the video pretty heavy, and we'll see what we get at the end. But there's a variety of stuff. I'm already seeing this cool dollar coin. You got these Confederation Constitution 1982, maybe that's some type of commemorative like they've got in the States for 76, and I've noticed some of these uncirculated 1965 pennies or cents. I don't know what they call them in Canada definitively, but I'll be checking back in with the results. And in addition to the Confederation Constitution 1982 coins, we also got some cool Manitoba dollar 1970. So that's something that I just haven't seen. I think of more of a traditional one, but I guess that there's a couple of them pouring in. Here's that 1975 regular dollar from before. But there's lots of cool coins in Canada. I really don't know what I'm doing. I do know the years for silver. I've got a magnet that I'm going to be testing everything with. But I also want to be cognizant of your guys' time. I don't think that there's too many errors, or at least I don't know the errors well enough to waste my time looking for them and cherry picking. But the other cool thing is you get some of these coins like this, $2, and it's just a small coin. You don't get that in America. And I think I read somewhere that it would save money if we actually started doing what the Canadians do. I'm behind it. I don't mind carrying around a couple of extra coins in my pocket change. I think that would be fun. This one looks like it's in really good condition, but unfortunately probably just going to end up spending it. Ooh, look at that. 2006 Canada dollar, and it's got a bird, probably a swan. But it looks like it's related to the Olympics in some capacity. So that's kind of a fun thing. And then the other thing is that it'll be fun to spend some of this money if people are accepting it in Canada, make a couple people's day. Here's a British Columbia dollar coin. If somebody was spending silver certificates, they're not losing a ton of money by doing it. It could make some collector's day. I always thought that it would be fun to make a video, just go out there and spend regular, old money like Buffalo nickels and things, see what the reactions is if they let me take the videos of them as I do it. The cool thing though is that I am seeing a fair amount of these older coins. So here's a 1950, and I don't think that I'm going to go through the entire thing with you guys watching, but I could, at the end come back and show you what I found. Here's a cool one. It's kind of colorized. I don't know if Canada does that but it, what that comes from, but it's colorized 2006. Looks like some fun coinage from that year. And peeking out behind this coin was this 5 cents 1923. That's a little bit older. I think that I'll take that, maybe add it to my collection. Something cool like that. But then you do get a lot of the newer stuff too. So, just going ahead, sifting through this stuff, and maybe I'll end up finding a bank, depositing it up in Canada. We'll see. Here's another one of those awesome breast cancer awareness coins, 2006. So I'll check back in, whenever that is. Something cool I thought I'd mention, Celebration 2000. They made some fun coins. It looks like 25 cents. But they got some fireworks there. That's awesome. I think that it would be great to get some of that spirit in the American coins, though the Park series and all that is fun too. Another 1931 5-cent coin. That's pretty cool as an addition, and hopefully I can find a fair amount more of those. I'm getting a lot of these pretty good condition 1965, 1964 ones, so I'm going to pull those all aside. Maybe that would be fun to put those together in a lot and present it to somebody. I think it's fun to be able to do that for people, get some cheap coins that they're interested in, and it won't, burden me too much. I can give somebody a good deal. Here's one of those bird coins, 1867 to 1967, kind of a commemorative. I've seen those, so those are fun. Sometimes you get those coin roll hunting American coins as well. But on to the next coins. Hopefully we'll find something good. And pretty soon, I think we do. We get a 2006 Bravoure. Bravery. Bravoure. Yeah, that's with the maple leaf. I think that's probably bravery in French. I take French. I take a fair amount of it. So I should know what that is a little bit better. But here's another 1968. So I'm just putting that aside. That really doesn't feel silver, though. I feel like I do have a decent silver eye, but maybe I'll be biting my tongue in about 30 minutes when I test all this stuff. Here's another 2000 Réalisation Achievement 2000 coin. They make a lot of fun designs. I'll give credit where credit's due here. Some awesome Canadian currency, and I'm so glad I had this opportunity to hunt. Here is a World War II era nickel, 1941 coin, so that's a fun addition. Also a bit more recent, but still cool, an old 1953 was found, so hopefully a lot more like those turn up over the course of this search. And there's something really awesome, a 1920 cent from Canada. That is really cool in my opinion. And how about that? One of those V Canada Victory, V is for victory in World War II cents, 5 cents, and V's for 5, so very cool stuff. And on top of that, I see another one of those older Canadian cents, 1932, poking out as well. And a quick pit stop here to check out some of the coins that I don't think have too much value, but should be kind of cool to show off. Here's 1973, 25 cents, looks like some type of commemorative. I don't know what was in 1873 though. I thought that they had it for 1867. 2000 though, we got a creativity coin. We got more of our freedom, or actually I don't think we've seen freedom before, liberté. I wonder if they have égalité and fraternité as well. Here's a British Columbia 25-cent coin. Let's check the year on that, 1992. They also have this one, another 73. Maybe I pulled that out, sorry about that. This is a regular loonie, so I don't know why I have it, but I did have this. That was an irregular one, so I thought that was neat to see, 1995, and then this anniversary one, 1992. So some fun designs. That's not what I think of when I normally am thinking of the loonie. Here's an Alberta one from 2005, a little bit of commemorative. More creativity over there, but we've already been creative enough on this episode, I'd say. Here's famille, so that's important, family, 2000. Then a couple of other designs, let's see. I think that these two are the only ones that are unique, a Saskatchewan, and a patrimoine naturel. So that's, natural legacy. Very cool stuff, and I'll keep you posted as things go along. And growing up, we had this rhyme, and it went like 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100, and I basically did that with this video. But first, I'm going to show you kind of some of the cool pickups along the way. We got a Yukon quarter. And I'm not going to be holding on to any of this stuff. Or achievement, I think that we already saw that, 2000. Also got Manitoba and Quebec as well as another kind of neat, unique loony coin. And then we got this cool ingenuity one, and I hadn't seen that one before. Picked up in Alberta. I think that we saw a Pride, but maybe not. So Fierté is the French for that. Here we've got a Newfoundland Terre Neuve, so that's like New Earth coin, 1992. Then wrapping up, we got another New Brunswick one, or maybe the first, a Vancouver 2010 one, which is awesome, really cool. I love the Olympics. I'd love to go to one. Never have been though. Harmony, we may have already had that as well. Now I'm going to organize this stuff and show you what that is. And just wrapping things up here, we ended up with 8 of the super old cents. We got 4 World War II victory cents, 3 prior to that, and a good selection of pre-60 nickels. Got a bunch of these uncirculated 1964 and 65s, which are pretty cool, and then a smattering of the older kind of regular cents. So I hope to sell all this stuff probably just to one person who's a Canadian enthusiast who can pick it up at a really fair and good price. You know, probably just a little bit over the conversion rate. But I'm happy to have done this hunt, and I hope that you guys enjoyed along with me, so I'll see you on some of my other videos. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and stay in contact with me at TreasureTownYT on Instagram or on my website, treasuretownyt.com. If you're interested in sending me a package for me to open up on camera, my address is Treasuretown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836, and I look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos.